G'day folks, in this video I'll show how I solve the crazy octahedron version 1 and 3. That's right, this is two videos for the price of one. The version 3 is similar to the version 1 of these crazy octahedrons. This is the version 3, it's got the centerpiece there which the version 1 does not have. The really, I guess you could say, good and possibly bad, in other words, it's not really that much more of a challenge sort of thing, is that these extra centers add almost nothing to the solve of the version 1, and we do them right at the end. So if you're here for the version 3, how to solve the centers, skip to the end. Otherwise, this is just like a version 1. You can just, if you've got a version 1, completely ignore the centers. And when we get to the centers at the end, your version 1 will be solved. So the first thing is this puzzle. In order to scramble it, I suppose I should talk about the piece types a little bit in here. And this is where it's slightly different to the version 1. Here's the version 1 on my right, and you can see the lack of centers there, but you can also see everything's far more symmetrical and they just look all like the same sort of piece. On the version 3 here, we've clearly got different size pieces for the circle edges. They're very, very small on this puzzle. The circle corners are actually probably bigger, and obviously a different shape as well. Here they're just sort of a sector shape. Here they are a trunk, I guess you'd call it a truncated sector. I'm not really sure. So then there's the center. Same thing happening with some of the other pieces as well. So the edge, the outer edge here, the white red outer edge, it's a little bit smaller there. The other parts of the pieces are probably pretty similar. This, I don't know what I'm calling that one. I called it the trapezium, I think. Maybe a petal, who knows. Anyway, that's the version 1. Here's the version 3. I'm going to be working on the version 3 in this video. And in terms of scrambling it, you just keep turning until you're happy with it. And you're never going to be totally happy with it. Because it doesn't matter what you do, you will always end up turning something back so that it looks like it's solved. And it's sort of unavoidable. I'm going to keep doing this until I'm happy with it. All right, and I'm pretty happy with this. It looks reasonably well scrambled for this puzzle. So the very first thing that I want to do, there will be 5 stages here for the version 1, 6 stages for the version 3. The 6th stage is extremely short. So the main 5 stages. The first 3 are very easy, and the last 2 are a little bit harder, but by no means would you call them very hard. So not too bad a puzzle. Let's get into it. The very first thing that I would like to do is to solve the circle edges. So these little tiny pieces here, you can see if you look at the center there, they are actually a different type of piece. That's a very straight-sided center. This is, I don't know, it's a little bit more curvy. So that's what I want to do first. Now, it's not obvious what face should be the white face, for example, because the white center's there, but that doesn't matter because that can be turned off. So I can't be guided by the centers. What I want to do is think, well, maybe this is the white face. I've got 2 edges here. What I need to do is see if there's another white edge that can turn into that position. That's not it. That's not it either. That tells me this is not the white face, because since it is an all 0 face puzzle, these pieces can't move out of their orbits. So it must mean I've got to do some other turns, find the other white piece. There it is. And I should be able to turn that one up to there. And let's see where the other one is. If it is this face, I should say. Let's see what we can do. No, this one you can see will not turn up to that face. So then the question is, can I get another face where they will all turn onto? Let's see if we can manage that. That's there. Can I turn this third one? There we go. So those 3 edges are now on this face. They've all been able to turn in there just with very, very simple turns. What I know is that this white blue, again, because of the orbits, I can happily turn that blue piece off. However, it's not going to go anywhere apart from around here. Same with the white red, same with the white pink. So the next thing I want to do is see, is this the position for the red? Is this the red face? Well, to do that, so I've got a red there. Let's try and turn another red piece onto it. I can. Can I turn a third red piece on this way? Yes, I can. No, that's the center. Very confusing. No, I can't. Okay, so we'll abandon that. We'll rotate this around to the next face. Try the same thing. That's not red. That's not red. So that's no good. Rotate it around to the third face. It must be this face. Here comes a red edge there. And let's keep turning. Oh my goodness, one to go. Yes, we've got it. Notice the white ones have not changed. The red ones are done. If we look around here, there'll be some other ones that are done as well. This, if that's red, this now has to be blue. That's blue, so I know that I can turn this one around at some point to become the third blue there. So that is done. You can see I've got blues correct, pinks correct, reds correct. These must be green, and you can see that's a purple. So there's only one other possible turn that I can do here. In fact, to move that across there so it becomes green, that's now the purple face, that's the orange face, and therefore that must be yellow. So placing the circle edges is pretty straightforward, nothing more to it than that, and no need to involve the corners in your decisions. So the next thing after that is to place the circle corners. So on this puzzle, these are these quite large pieces that are in between the circle edges. So on this particular configuration, these two orange circle corners are already in. However, they may not be already in because they have to match the other faces. So you can see that's an orange. If I travel over the corner, there's a green there. That is an orange-green pair. Again, this happens because of all the zero faces. They can't be split. So I look to see, does that match up with the circle edges? Yes, it does. So that is in fact in the correct position. Let's come around to here. That is orange-purple, which also happens to be in the correct position. So that's why I just need to do a little bit more checking. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. There's a white-purple piece here. So those two, where does that have to go? That has to go, in fact, it's in its position but flipped. So I might as well get to that straight away. What do you do if you've got a piece in its position but flipped? Well, we're going to flip it along with another piece. And I'm just saying if there's another obvious nice piece to flip, there's not. So I'll flip this one and this one here. Just want to hold them at the bottom, and I want to do an up, up, down, down initially. And then instead of turning this set back like that, I'm going to turn its position across, then put it on, undo, undo. That should remind you of exactly the same sequence for a 3x3 cube that I would normally use. So the white purple is in. Let's see if we can get another white piece somewhere. And it is still pretty confusing at this stage, just with the different colors everywhere. There's a white orange, which belongs over here. So that can cycle to there. So I just need to find a third piece, which is not going to be involved. Now I could either look this way. That's as good as any. So I'll cycle that one to there. Involve a third piece that I don't care about. Undo, undo. The white orange is in. And here's the white green. And that has to cycle up to here. So that's piece one going to piece two. What about this one? This orange green is already in position. So again, I'll have a look and see if there's something over here. Don't want to disturb that. Let's come back this way and see if there's another piece. Okay, so the purple green is not yet done. So I can involve that piece as my third piece. So this piece over to here, over to here. That's the plan. I'm actually just trying to place one piece there, but I need the third piece to do it. Now, you can see the whites are all done. The center's not, but the white circle parts apart from the center are done. The green maybe, so certainly the white green is in, that green purple is in, and therefore that green orange is in. So the green face is done as well. Purple face looks like it probably is done. That's looking good. Let's find something else. Here's red, blue, and that belongs over here. So red, blue is going to cycle up to there. I've got to find a third piece. How about this yellow, pink? That's as good as any. Okay, that's done. I'm not really trying to do any specific order now. I'm just more saying what's got to be done. Let's do it. There's a yellow blue here which could go to there, and this is another piece that hasn't yet been done. Do yellow blue. I think I'll just do that and use this third piece. With this section, I normally just try and do one at a time. I'm sure I could, maybe do two, but I just find it's really no point doing it. Yellow pink has to go there where the yellow red is. That yellow red has to go to blue pink, and the blue pink's got to come back here. Okay, so the easiest thing here would just be to get the pieces into their correct position initially. So the yellow pink is going to go here, the yellow red to there. I'm not going to worry about if they're flipped or not. I'm just going to put the pieces into their position, because as you saw earlier, it's very, very simple to flip pieces if I need to. That's done. I've just got the yellow pink to be flipped, the yellow red to be flipped. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and that is all of the circle parts done on your version 1. Of course, the centers on the version 3 are not done. We leave them till the end. Let us continue. The next stage is going to be to solve the outer edges. So these outer edges are the two color pieces, so that green, pink there, purple, red, that sort of thing. And again, I'm going to start with the white face, and don't have to, I just am. That white blue's got to go around to there, so I'm simply going to turn it around and then involve some other piece as a third piece. And undo, undo. And doing that does not affect anything that we have already done, which is good. Here's the white pink, which has to go to there. So piece 1 to there, the red green to here, and the white pink to there. And the interesting thing about this puzzle is that you never need to have to worry about orienting your edges, because they are always oriented. White red is this one, and I could move it across in that fashion. All the whites are done, and I'm sort of going to turn it upside down now and just gradually place these middle layer edges using the top face. So for example, there's a red green. I can either turn the face to bring it closer, or I can just cycle like that or like this. I might as well do, in fact, I will do that. I'm not concerned at this point about keeping those yellow edges into their position. Okay, red green is done. Here's a green pink, which has to go here. So that's a nice little cycle. Blue orange or blue purple. That blue purple looks good. So again, this is the third of the 5 stages, and I said the first 3 stages were pretty straightforward. I'm betting you're probably going to agree with that. Red, purple. Okay, over here, and that's the position. So I'll probably cycle it along there. Blue, orange. I'll cycle it to here using that one. Now there's an orange pink, which must be about here. In fact, let's see how we're going. Is that the last middle layer edge? Ah, yes it is. Okay, so on the last middle layer edge, most likely one of the yellow pieces is already in, and you're going to be cycling this one to a couple of the other pieces here. So you can see that I've got yellow orange to there, pink orange to there, and the yellow purple will come back to there as my final 3 cycle. And all of the outer edges are now done as well. So that leads us to the 4th stage, and the 4th stage is going to be solving these let's point to that white one there. These Trapezia, I guess they're kind of like, sort of. On the version 1, they're much more Trapezia because that's sort of flat. I don't know what else to call them. Now, what I'm looking for here is a cycle as follows. Something like this piece, I'm going to hold it like this in the same fashion. So same as I've been doing it for flipping corners and whatnot. This piece here is going to go across the corner to that position. This piece will just roll down to that position, and this will be the third one that will come up to there. It's not going to damage anything that we've already done. Now, I will just try and find one that is reasonably good to demonstrate initially. This is not bad. Orange to there, purple. Now, what I would do here, the orange is going to go to that one. The purple, I don't really want it to go there. So I could either turn this bottom face so that I've got a white piece in that position to come back there, or a purple base. So if I turn it like that, you can see I've got a purple base. Is that any better? No. So that's a good little setup there. That's the 3 cycle of pieces I'm doing. What am I actually going to do? Well, here we go. The first thing that I'm going to do is an up, up, down, down. Then I'm going to do this exact same thing. So it's as though I'm flipping. What was I flipping initially? I can't even remember. Something earlier on. It's precisely the same sequence. Now I want to throw in the middle a turn of this down left face, a clockwise turn like that. I then want to repeat almost exactly what I just did. So flip these 2. And then the only difference here at the end is that this down left face gets returned to where it was. Now you'll remember that I did have a setup here, and what we've now got is that purple piece has come from there down to here. The orange piece was there, that's now placed. And so when I undo that setup, things are looking better. So that's all we're doing here. And I'll try and show a mirror and also a reverse direction as well, just to be very clear about how you would approach that. Let's have a look here. I've got, yeah, this is a pretty decent one. I've got, let's look at the mirror. The white, this time the pieces are going to be here, down to there, down to there. So the white will go to the orange lands there, the green will come up and solve there. So I'll get 2 done. That's what I'm always trying to do. So because this is the mirror, it's interesting. You'd think you'd need to do this turn first, but in actual fact, you don't. What you can do is almost precisely the same thing. So we're going to do this first set of moves in the same way. And now comes the only difference. Instead of turning this down left face, I'm going to turn the down right face anti-clockwise. And continue. And now undo that anti-clockwise turn, brings it back there. See, the green has been placed, that white has been placed as well. So that's the mirror sequence. Let's do one more demo of the opposite direction. Let's see if we can find something that's useful there. No, that's not useful. Oh, this one probably is good enough. Here I've got the pink that I'm going to send to this position, and the blue I'm going to send across to the opposite part there. So really all I'm trying to do here is place the blue into there. I guess I would look at this and say, well, can I turn the bottom face to put a yellow piece there, or to put a pink base so I can capture that piece? So let's have a look. There's a pink base and there's a yellow piece. So I can take my choice there. I'll just do this one. The yellow is going to go to there. The blue will go to here, the pink will come back and land there. So what's the difference? The only difference here is if the piece direction is upwards, then you do your down left turn first. Then this stuff in the middle. And then undo that down left turn and then repeat the stuff in the middle. Okay, that's all done. You can see the blue has traveled from there to there. I did have it set up, so we'll undo that. So I'm going to continue working on these until they are all done. And we're now in a position where all of those pieces have been done. And that means we're down to, well, if you've got the version 1, we're down to the last stage. Version 3, there's one little stage after that. So we're now going to solve the corners. And you can see one corner is already done here. I've got the other 5 to do. And what I want to look for, it's a pretty similar sequence in some ways. It's hold it the same way, and we start with the same 4 moves. But I'm looking for 3 pieces like this. Those are the 3 pieces that are going to cycle here. And initially what I'm looking for is a piece that will roll either that one to there or that one to there by just turning it like that. So let me see if I can find one that I can do initially. They might all be on the, not that it matters, but they might all be on the mirror, which of course is, I guess, can be a normal sequence. Looks like they are. So here I'm looking at, initially I was looking at 3 pieces like this. I'm going to be looking at 3 pieces like that now. So let's see if we can just, I'll grab one of them. This green, yellow, purple, red, I can see that that will roll into its position. So that's one that I can use. And I can either have it as the second piece going to there or the first piece going up into the middle. So for this one, I'll just have it as the second piece. So I've got this one here, and this one coming back down to the bottom. So let's see what it actually is. So if it's on this side, here's what you want to do. You want to do an up, up, down, down, starting on the right side. Then you want to turn another 3 cycles. So we want to now involve this back face. So back prime, I think it is, and then down right prime. And undo that. So back turn and a down right turn. I believe that's what the faces are called. I'm not that fussed. Now let's undo everything. So this time it's an up, up, down, down on the left. And to undo the other one, I'm turning my down right face first, then my back face, undo, undo, and what we'll see is that the piece that was in the middle here has gone and solved itself into that position. So that is essentially what we're doing. As I said, there's only 6 corners and one was already done, so we've now done another one. So we've only got 4 to go. What I often find is that there'll be a 3 cycle with one of them flipped in position. On this occasion, it looks like I've got 2 swaps. Where's that going? White, pink, red, green going to here. White, red, purple. Yeah, so I've got those 2 to swap and these 2 to swap. So I'm just going to find one of them. I hope one of them is going on the mirror there so I can demonstrate that. But I've got a funny feeling they're all, looks like they're all going in this same direction. I almost might set up for a mirror if I don't get it. Let's have a look. First thing, that's probably, yeah, I'm looking either do I have it in the middle or do I have it down the bottom like that. I'll have it at the bottom. That's going to roll into position. This one here will go up to there, so that's not going to work. But of course, I'm only going to get one done on this particular cycle. So let's solve this orange-pink piece with exactly the same routine. Okay, it's halfway through, and then just undo both those sets of moves. Okay, that one's been placed, and that should leave us only with 3 to go. Now, let's have a look. That one, yes, that's rolling up there. This one is rolling up here. Okay, I think I am going to set up just to show you what happens if it's on the other side. Okay, so here I've got my final 3 pieces. That's got to go to there. Now that one still has to go on this side, but the middle piece, the blue, purple, red, white, actually rolls up here on the left. So I'm going to involve 3 pieces here, and I'll probably treat this one as my bottom piece. Roll it up on the left like that. This will be my second. This is actually really good because it will allow me to demonstrate how to set up the final piece so that all 3 solve correctly. So you don't have any flipped in place. So what I know is that this is going to roll like that. That's fine. I then look at what the second one is going to do, and it's going to go to that position. Now I notice that the orange sticker of that piece is on this left-hand face. I go to the other piece and find the orange face there with a white sticker. So that third piece, I want that white sticker to be over here on the left-hand face. And what that means is that white sticker is sitting in the orange face. So when I cycle this piece to it, the orange sticker will be ended up sitting in the orange face. So I've just got to work out how do I get it there. I can't just turn it like that. I could, however, do something like that. That will do the job just fine. And you see that the white sticker is now in that face. Also, if I was to turn this up, you can see that green is sitting exactly where it should sit there. So that's what you want to do, just to set up with that third piece. If you get this one correct to there and this one correct to there, the third piece absolutely will come back correctly to there. Okay, so now we're doing this on the left hand side as well. So it's exact mirror of the previous sequence. So it's up, up, down, down on the left. This time it's a back face turn and then a down left. Undo, undo. Now reverse everything. And reverse this one. Okay, that is all done. That you can see that's in position and that's in position, and this one also, when I undo that setup move, has also gone into position. So if you're doing a version 1, your puzzle is now solved. If you're doing a version 3, what you have is some combination. I mean, it's possible all the centers could be solved, but it's probably more likely that you'll have 4 of them out, and they're not going to be cycled. They're going to be in 2 swaps. So I've got a white and green needing to swap here, and I've got the orange and the purple needing to swap there. Now you could have the same thing going on in the other 2 faces, the red, blue, the yellow, pink. Certainly possible. What you want to do here, and this is probably why the version 3 is not really worth getting as well as the version 1 for solving purposes. Or I should say probably get the version 3 because it has the version 1 in it. What we want to do is hold the puzzle so I've got one set on front and back. I'm going to do precisely the same first routine. And in fact, I should have said, where's the other set? So one set there, the other set down left and down right. And all I want to do is up, up, down, down, times 3. You can see that has dealt with those centers, and that's all it was. Well, that certainly completes the version 3 as well as the version 1. So the MF8 Crazy Octahedron version 1 and 3. What about the version 2? Well, the version 2, as far as I know, is just like the original Crazy Octahedron. I don't have it, but here's the version 1 and the version 3 in one puzzle. Hope that helped, and thanks for watching.